Good morning, YouTube. It is ZiggyNo with Sports Cards Daily. Today is March 10th. And on this day in sports history, look at this, dude. 1888. This thing went 30 rounds to a draw. So I understand someone told me that the rounds weren't as long back then. I guess we have 3-minute rounds and maybe they're 1-minute rounds or whatever, but still 30 rounds for a draw. That's definitely worth thinking about today. Dude in Quebec hits like 6 goals. Something else. Oh, Pete Rose debuts in 1963, hits 2 home runs, his first 2 at bat. Wow. Hits his first 2 at bat. Oh, not home run, just hits. Okay. Chamberlain, look at him scoring 70 points again. 63 to 148. Dang. Wow. Who are the Syracuse Nationals? Oh, come on. You guys got to know who that is, right? New York Islanders, figure skating champion. Same belt. Nah, it doesn't look like anything super exciting in sports today on March 10th. Hope you guys are doing well. If it's a birthday, happy birthday. Let's go ahead and jump into the content. Let's first of all start off with one of my favorite channels that I haven't spoken about in a long time. Baseball card collector, dealer, investor, or investor, dealer in that order. Been following ChrisBoyMan since like over 2 years. And he does these top 10. This is pretty interesting because why this card, Johnny Moore, is in the top 10. That happens because we're trying to complete the set. This is a hard set to get and to get into PSA 10. But again, Johnny Moore, 84 grand. So just don't think that some of those really, useless base cards aren't going to always be useless. Maybe if you save them, they'll be the bottleneck to some sets 30 years from now. Also, other good insights here. I like watching this as kind of a barometer of the hobby. I will say there's been some more sales, some big sales, but some that are off record highs, which is kind of showing more, hobby correction. Good video here from Tyler Short. If you're into flipping and learning about how he buys, sells, grades cards when he makes, Tyler does a great job here. He shares what he's doing. He's very upfront, very, shares his opinions, why he did the stuff he did, shares his costs, expenses. I always find these as very interesting videos. So I do recommend, checking it out. These were huge back in the day. I like the fact he still sticks with them. I think was doing this before the boom and he's been doing it after the boom. So he keeps this machine running. Next up, really like this video from Cards and Comics. This is a video where he kind of acts out the role of different dealers you'll meet at shows, which is absolutely hysterical. His daughter helps him do it. There's even a bloopers video at the end. I do recommend watching it for a laugh. It's a great giggle and remind you of what you kind of look for when you go to sports card shows. Next up, it's a weekly update last night from Retro Hoops Collector, who's also on with JD. I did listen to him and JD last night, and I caught Dustin and Comeback Card Investor. I can't remember your name, Brad. Talked to them or heard them last night. But this video, great breakdown, talks about what's going on with grading. He also talks a little about NFT sale for the Topps NFT. We'll just add that NFT also included an interview with the Mantle family. So it's not just the NFT that people paid for. They also got the interview. And then here, there's a story about a man going to jail, but he went to jail. And here's the interesting thing. He went to jail because he used the money he got from the bailout, for the COVID. And he used that money to buy sports cards. He didn't use it to keep employees employed. He used it to buy sports cards. Big no-no, which I thought was interesting. That's the way to go to jail. Not because he's a bad collector. It's just he was, committing fraud. Another quick video here. Excellent video, man. Manbreaker Culture and Ty have been putting out some serious good content. I know I've talked about them a lot. Big fan, obviously. Watch their stuff, but this one is on how to build a $100,000 sports card business. And I'll say it's one of the better videos I've seen. Okay, breaks it down, reverses into how to get to 100,000, talks about some of his goals. I'm amazed. It's very well done. Makes me realize I should be a little more serious about this. I'm definitely not getting the margins that Ty is getting. Again, very useful. Do recommend it. And it's a short video too, guys. Next up, Fanatics. Josh Luber was on an interview last night with Jeremy to talk about Zerocool and VFriends. I encourage you to watch it. Nothing new learned from me that I haven't learned already about Zerocool. I put out the video before. I would just say it doesn't seem like this is getting a lot of warm fuzzies from the sports card community, which I don't think it would. I also don't really, I'm just more and more shocked. The more I listen to Josh, and Josh, I don't mean this as an insult. I'm just impressed that you got the role you have, but shocked that you seem to be so apparently out of touch with the collecting community. And what I mean by that is that you talk about how you had this goal last year, and since you went to Fanatics or whatever, to build this pop culture card company, and your first one out of the gate is this V Friends, which, as Jeremy points out, one of the big issues I have that really creates confusion. You're taking an NFT to physical, and that is very bizarre. Like, it's not physical with any value either. It's not physical with you to meet Gary Vee. It's just anyway. I'm saying too much about it. I just listened to the interview. I did not get to participate because Jeremy doesn't like me, but I did listen to the interview, and I just got a sense that I think this is going to be. I think it will sell out, right? But I still think, Josh, I think you're on the path to 5 to 10 years before everything crumbles there at Fanatics. I just don't think you guys are in touch with the collecting community. But I could be wrong. Who am I? Just one man behind the camera. No idea what he's talking about. These are all opinions. Sorry. Last video. Great video here from Wax Museum. Big fan of Wax Museum. Like listening to this stuff. It's just audio only. Talks about, does the hobby really need group breakers? And I think, he talks about this from somebody else's conversation. I heard Josh talk about he wants a 10X group breakers. And one thing that I think that Wax Museum makes, and I make, as I'd like to point out as a comment, is that when breaking first came out, guys, the reason for breaking was more of, it was a friendly thing. It was a bunch of guys got together and they shared the break. In fact, one of the things was, before group breaking took off, is that normally a guy in the box who was breaking it had a team in the box, right? Or had some interest in the box as well. Then there was this wall put up where, no, I don't want to have anybody in the box. So look, I'm involved. So I'm just going to break it for you, and I'll charge a small fee for breaking it for you and for boxing it up and putting all the, and sleeving it and shipping it to you. And then you had the creation of the group breaker. Now, I will say this. I don't think the world needs more group breakers. We don't need more Brandon Cooks to 99s. And that's what we're going to get when you have 10X the number of breakers. And also, breaking has now gone from helping people save money so they can enjoy a product to how can I extract the most money out of them by lying to them, telling them, wow, man, that's a great hit. You ready to get up in the other team? You want to get my filler? Let's get this thing filled. I mean, that's just, I'm talking too much in my opinionated voice, but you get my point here. I really like that Wax Museum points out that group breaking had a reason, and it helped the hobby accelerate to more expensive boxes that the average collector could consume. Okay. That's not the case today. I'll leave it at that. Guys, hope you enjoyed today's version of Sports Card Daily. Love your comments, feedback. If you got channels you're putting out there, content I'm missing, let me know. Let's talk about it. Have a great day. Stay safe, stay healthy.